So, welcome to Sacred Sunday, November the 15th, 2020. I am Wendy, and I'm happy to have you all here with me tonight on this wonderful Sunday evening for me, Monday morning for some of our folks in Australia. So, as usual, we're going to start with sort of just a little meditation. Join me in my movement, do your own movement, whatever works for you will be just fine. Take a deep breath wherever you are. All over the world, we breathe together. We come together in gratitude with open minds and our hearts cracked open. We breathe and we pause. We give deep bows to the divine, the great mystery, for providing each one of us our own unique journey, and for the collective journey that we travel together on this amazing planet. In humility, we open ourselves for the strength and the wisdom to value both the struggles, there are a lot of them sometimes, and the joys we encounter on the road we travel together. Thank you all so much. So tonight, it is my very great pleasure to welcome Natasha Royka. Natasha is right here in Ottawa, in my hometown. Now, Natasha is not from Ottawa. She's an American by birth, but she has lived and worked in Ottawa for many years, and I have known her for many years. I'm not going to spend time introducing her. You've all read her bio, and if you haven't, then you can read it afterwards. Let me just tell you that she is a special person on the planet, and I have been blessed and delighted to work with her, to dance with her, to just be in her presence for many years. And I know that in the next hour or so, you will also be delighted to be in her presence. She is just she's one of the tribe, guys, you got it? She's there. So without saying too much else, I'm going to turn you over to Natasha.
Yeah. Wow. Wow, Wendy, thank you. That's a really big intro. Welcome to all of you. Thank you for bringing your moving light today. It's wonderful to see you here tonight and to be moving together tonight. So we're going to be exploring movement prayers, and this is something that I had done on my own personally for the last, I know for at least the last 15 years. But the pandemic got me doing it every Sunday, and I was doing it on Zoom. And now I'm actually going out and videoing them in nature. And movement prayers are about simplicity and finding gratitude in the everyday. And I have to say, as we go through this challenging time, it's really helped me to find the gratitude in the beauty of a tree, or in a cup of warm tea, or in a ginger cookie. I got my favorite ginger cookie today. And enjoying that. And the more I've done the prayers, because it's been 8 months of a movement prayer every Sunday, the more I have noticed that I'm noticing gratitude more and being able to honor it. So we're going to start with first a warm up, and this is based on the studio's therapeutic moves. So this comes out of my Pilates training and teaching as well. And so we're going to start standing. This can also be done in a chair. If you feel it's too much, you can always just sit in a chair and join along with us. And moving the arms, moving the legs, moving the spine. If there's any pain, please do stop. And you can always just come to a nice standing position and feel your alignment and breathe. And that's wonderful. Just the breath is a big thing. Now, I'd like to start first with something that I was really blessed to take a master class with Virginia Johnson, who danced for Dance Theater of Harlem for 40 years through Jacob's Pillow this past summer. And she said something so beautiful. I've been working with it ever since I took the class. I think it was in July or August. It's called Lifting the Heart. And I'd like you to lift your heart. Now, that's not the bones, but the heart. And I'd like you to place one hand over the heart and then the other hand over the heart. And we're going to take a great big breath into the lungs. We're going to inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. And as we do that, I'd like you to feel that your heart is reaching towards the warmth of the palms. And feeling that you have a nice alignment again from the hip bone through the center of the knee out to the second toe. Here we go. Let's take an 8 pulse breath. We'll inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Here we go. Let's inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Another 8 pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, keeping the heart lifted, let's lift the elbows, the wrists, extending sequentially up into a tower of light. And again, working with where your body is today. We're going to bring it down to the corners of a box that you maybe got at the IGA or at the supermarket. So you're really just feeling you're in the middle of a box and it has 4 corners. And I'll be talking about that as we move through the warm-up. I do just need to make one note. Theodora Muser, who is my beloved 4-legged companion, is over here on the chair. So if the chair starts moving, that's what's happening. She doesn't usually join class. This is a really big honor today. I'm going to put the music on. We're using Beethoven. If there's any problems with the sound, please let me know. And please you can turn on your mic and just tell me. But it should be okay. There's no problems. All good. Here we go. Lots of breath and lots of length. And let's have a great big breath. We're going to bring the arms up to the front corners of the box and up to a tower of light. Now let's bring them down to the bottom corners, or to the front corners of the box again. And we're going to do it again. Let's bring it up. Keeping it fluid, feeling your length. And let's bring it down. Do one more to make it 3. And we're going to keep our arms there, long and tall. Now let's lift the shoulders towards the ears. So we're destabilizing the shoulder blades and bringing it down. And let's lift. And bringing it down. And again, let's lift. And let's bring the shoulder blades down. And let's lift. And let's bring the shoulder blades down. Now let's bring the middle fingers together so they touch. And let's lift the heart to the sky. Now let's take it forward. And let's round up through the spine. Vertebrae by vertebrae by vertebrae. Now let's bring the arms up. Middle finger touches as you demi-plie. And let's open. And let's bring them down. Middle finger touches and open. And again, bring them up. Middle finger touches and open. And let's bring them down. Middle finger touches and open. Now keeping the heart lifted, let's do one more. Set and open. And again, let's bring it down and open. Now heart lifted, let's bring the arms to the front. Middle finger touches. And now we're going to take it just to the back corners of the box. And let's bring it center again. And let's take it forward. And opening the heart. And let's demi-plie as you bring it to the back corners of your box. One more. Let's bring it forward. And opening. Let's take it to the back corners of your box. And let's bring it down. Now let's bring your right arm up, depending on the orientation of your camera. I'm mirroring you. And let's lift the heart to the sky. And bring it open. And bring your left arm up. And I'm coming up to the corner of my box. And let's bring the heart to your right. And let's open and bringing it down. And let's bring the right arm up again. And the heart goes to the left. And let's bring it up and open. One more time. Let's bring the left arm up. And let's bring it to the side. Beautiful. But you're really working from your heart on this. And let's bend. And let's bring both arms up. Tower of light again. Now let's bring the arms into fifth. And let's open through second. Down to preparatory position. Let's bring the arms up through first. Up to third, fifth. And let's open second. And down. Urinetown. Let's bring it up through second just as if you were the sun. And your arms are the rays of the sun. To fifth. And down. Now, let's bring the arms by the side, aligned with the seam of your shirt, and let's bend, and let's bring the arms up to shoulder height, and down. And let's bring them up to shoulder height, and down, and I'm going to get a little bounce with my legs, and up, and down. One more, let's bring them up. Tower of light, palms turn to face one another. Let's bend, making a zigzag of the arms. And let's lengthen. And let's bend, zigzag of the arms. And let's feel the straightness of the tower of light. And let's bend, zigzag of the arms. And again, straight. So now let's go into a curve, taking the heart to the right. Beautiful. And let's bring it up. And let's curve, taking it to your left. And bringing it up. And let's curve. Taking it to your right, bringing it up, and let's curve, taking it to your left. Beautiful. Arms can always be by your side. That's a good option. And let's bring it down. Bring the arms through first, demi-port-de-bras. Open second, and down. Now let's fly. Let's bring the arms up to élongé, and bringing them down. And again, up to élongé, and bringing it down, and up to élongé, bringing it down, and let's bring it up, middle finger touches, lifting the heart to the sky, take it forward, and let's round up through the spine, and let's place your hands to your heart again, and let's have that beautiful 9 pulse breath again. Here we go. Let's inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's lift the elbows, lift the wrists, extend, bring it down to the corners of your box. Let's grow you. Now feel the heart lifted, feel the connection to the earth, however you're doing that. And I can feel a rectangle underneath each of my feet. And I can feel that my body is a conduit between the sky and the earth. And let's have breath that gives us energy, the bone structure that gives us shape, and the muscles that are going to move us through space. Now I'd like you to take a great big, be ready for this one, a yawn as big as you can, messy and yummy and wonderful. Uh-huh. That's from Pilates elder Mary Bowen, and those yawns are a wonderful way of bringing us into the now. So yawns are very welcome at any time during movement prayer work, although I don't usually show them. So yeah, that just also relieves tension in the jaw. Beautiful, beautiful work. Thank you. So that's the basic movement that I use when constructing a movement prayer. Sometimes there's turns in it. Sometimes there's what I call transitional walks, but that's the basic thing. And Wendy, if you got Elizabeth in, please, I send out a special hello to Elizabeth. It's wonderful to see her here today. I don't know if you got her in. So I think I got a thumbs up. Okay, great. Elizabeth, it's wonderful to see you. So let's take it into a movement prayer performance. So movement prayer for me, as I said, I've been performing this for the last 6 months, or 8 months, weekly, is very simple. And it's a very, it's paring down shape and line and finding something very simple. And simple doesn't mean easy, it's simple. And it brings it into a clear idea of what I'm really grateful for. So today, I'm going to start this, and I'm just grateful that you're all here. So we're going to go into a bit of a movement performance, and I would love for you to join me, please. And I'd actually like to start with the hands on the heart. So lifting the heart and feeling that length, and something that we have to be grateful for every day is feeling that heart and growing you, and feel its connection to the earth. And we're going to take it into, our music is going to be one of the, it's the Song Without Words. And enjoy, please. Here we go. Following me. Have fun. Grow, breathe, lengthen, and enjoy. Bring the right arm up and open. Bring the right arm up to the corner of the box. Bringing it down. Bring the left arm up. And open. Bring it up to the corner of the box. Bring both arms down. Bring both arms up. And let's turn to your right. Bring the heart to the sky. Take it forward. Bring both arms up. Turn to your left. Bring the hands together. Lift the heart to the sky. Let's take it forward. Let's reach the arms up to the corners of the ball. And again. Two more times. And let's bring the arms all the way up. Bring the palms together. And let's lift. Let's round up. Hands coming back to the heart. Let's open. Bringing it down. And again, let's bring them up to the heart. And let's reach them up to the sky. Breathing. And maybe you want to bring the arms out. Maybe you just want to come down to the earth. But I thank you all for being here. So I'm going to just extend that energy out to all of you. Beautiful. Thank you. All right. I'd like to take it into crafting your own movement prayer, which is what we're going to be doing tonight, as well as a little bit of a choice of whether you'd like to join into a movement prayer performance with your own prayer. And crafting your own, I've got four takeaways here for you to so if you want to grab a pen, as I said, I've been doing these now for 15 years. I remember one time when I did it, when I was so excited and thrilled, was when Obama was first elected, and I went down to my studio in Ottawa, and it was at night, and I was like, oh gosh, I hope no one sees me, and I just did movement prayers. I was so excited, like yes. And then I've done them for a lot of passings that have happened in the last 15 years. And so when there's either great challenge or grief, or when there's great excitement, movement prayers to me have been very, very, very important. But those aren't just the things that mark our lives. And I've realized that, especially as we've gone through this past 6 months, and I've been doing them out in nature. And that's been an absolutely beautiful thing. Today I was out, and there was just a row of birch trees, and it was so stunning. It was just, how can I not be grateful for that? Wow, this is just beautiful. Especially now, as we may not be getting out as much as we usually are. So the first thing in crafting a movement prayer is observing your environment. And your environment can be a landscape, it can be an urban scape, it can be a roomscape. So observing your environment and noticing what's in it. And then the next thing is, what are you grateful for in this space? So I just mentioned the birch trees outside, and I was really grateful for them. I loved the lines that they were making. It was such a gift to see that, also vertical and straight. Um, in my roomscape, I see plants, and I see a lovely, lovely four-leg who's asleep and has joined us today, which is a true gift. Um, and you can see I'm very, very grateful for plants. This is my coriander plant. Very grateful for that plant. So wherever we are, there's something we can find that we're grateful for. Sometimes it's harder. Maybe it's a warm cup of tea. Um, Maybe it's a smile of someone that you're seeing, maybe on Zoom, or someone that you're having a walk with, or seeing outside. So first one is observe your environment. The second one is, what are you grateful for in this space or landscape? The third one is looking at the lines. So this is going to cross over a little bit into drawing and painting. There's 3 lines in drawing. They're straight, curved, and zigzagged. And that makes up if you look at every drawing, there's those 3 things. Well, when I looked outside, it's the same thing, or inside. And these lines make up shapes. So when I look at my environment, I'll go back to the birch trees, and I mentioned how they had all those straight lines. Well, that helped to inspire my movement prayer for today. There was a lot of straight in that. Or in I think it's coming out next week, actually. So it was too much fun filming today. So really feeling that you've got, there might be a line in that, maybe a cup of tea. Maybe that cup of tea is a little bit off balance, and it brings out some sort of movement that could be demonstrated with arms or upper body, or with the legs. So the first one is observe your environment. The second one is, what are you grateful for in this space or landscape? Third one is observe the line, and then that line leading into the shapes and objects of the items that you're grateful for. And then you put these lines into your torso and your limbs. So I'm going to go back to that beautiful, beautiful birch tree, or that row of birch trees. And how I usually start very simple. I grew up a lot with a doxology, so I'm into simplicity that way. And bringing it up and finding that length. And then there was a leaf, and the leaf moved. and then the leaves fell. And just the smallest movement can change that of what you've observed outside. And then the leaves turned. And then for me, in every movement prayer, there's a bringing it up, thanking the universe for that, bringing the hands together, pressing the palms, feeling that strength, and then releasing that out into the world. That thank you, and sometimes bringing it forward and rounding up. So, you think of the lines, if you think of one thing that you're grateful for, and think of the lines, and we're going to take 2 minutes. I believe our music is almost 3 minutes, actually. You can turn off your cameras if you wish, and we're going to go into creating your own movement prayer. So I want you to think this is like a rehearsal. Now, the one thing about movement prayers is that they can be fluid, they can change. That's an exciting thing about it. Just like life is always changing and the world is always changing, nature is always changing, the light is always changing. Um, and so movement prayers can adapt as well. And so what you create in this moment in time might be different than what you create in 3 minutes down the road or in a day, so for the same object. So I'm going to ask you to create your own movement prayer. And you can look at the movements that we just did. You can reference the ones we just did in the warm up and incorporate those in as you wish. And so here we go. Our music again is the Mendelssohn Song Without Words. And here we go. Have some fun. Now, one thing too is I usually start and end in the same place. And I find for myself that this is a really, really I'm in contemporary parallel and I feel the lifted heart. And I usually start with a breath. You may want to take a yawn. And I also usually end with this and give it a moment. And quite often for me, I do love my movement, is I walk off and leave that space. So up to you how you do it. Here we go. We have, as I said, a couple of this will take about, actually, it's about 3 minutes. And enjoy, please. Here you go. Finding your movement prayer beginning. And have fun. Beautiful. I'm going to bring us into gallery. Thank you. So now if you'd like to share with a performance, this would be wonderful. And I would love to watch this as opposed to do so. Oh, this is exciting. Before we do it, are there any questions or any thoughts that anybody would like to share? It's very quiet. All right, let's go. We'll put the music on again, and I just want to watch. So here we go. Enjoy, have fun with it, and give something with it. Lift your heart and have fun, and feel how thankful you are for whatever it is that you're doing the movement for. And wow, thank you. Thank you all for that. Those were stunning. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you. Those were beautiful. As you move forward with movement prayer practice, I've learned one thing. Keep it, I have to remember this. It's okay if it's just one movement that you repeat over and over and over. And also, too, I have learned another thing. Lifting the arms above the heart feels so good, and offering and giving and feeling that. Find your angel wings as you do this. Those were just stunning. I almost want to do that again. But oh, that was such a special moment. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you. Thank you. So as you move forward, um, I'd like you to leave you with this because I've been asking myself this as I've been working pretty much nonstop. I know from March 15th through July 1st was my first day off in that whole time period from March 15th on, and it was 12-hour days, and I was dreaming of setting up Zoom calls and all sorts of things, more gray hair and what's going to happen in the world. And I realized how important it is to find gratitude in everyday life. And maybe, as I said, it's in a friend's smile or feeling the wind around or in a cup of warm tea. And I found that movement prayers, in my experience, they help us to identify and honor these moments, not just the big moments of the joy or the grief, but the little moments that really, in some ways, really help us transition through our lives and are really, really as monumental. Um, and also, too, they don't need special clothes. I'm here in all black partially because you can see me against my wall, and also, too, because I wore this for 3 months as I was doing the movement prayer in the spring. But they don't need special clothes or music or landscape. You can do this at the bus stop. You can do this where you're waiting to pay at the grocery store. No one even has to know you're doing it. Maybe it's just breath. And they require us to recognize, and they help us to recognize, I shouldn't say require, they help us to recognize the beauty and gift of the moment. And there are so many, it's amazing. And the more I've practiced this, the more I see it. So much there. But they can also be very practiced. And I mean, I'm a ballet person, and I have some very strong meditation training behind me, and they can be very practiced. You can do them in the morning for 2 minutes, and that is also another choice of how you want to practice a movement prayer. It can also be something that you just are like, I think I'm just going to do this when I feel the urge. And that urge may take a year, or maybe it's every day for 2 weeks, and then you stop, and then suddenly it comes back again in 2 more weeks. So they're very fluid. And that's what I have found in the practice of it. So I hope these gifts, or I hope these tips help you to find your own and to shape your own movement prayer practice. And thank you. And thank you to Wendy and the Sacred Dance Guild for being here tonight and for asking me to be here tonight. Thank you. I think you're on mute, Wendy.
Thank you, Natasha. I think I didn't remove the spotlight on that last movement prayer, which I meant to. I had it on gallery, so I had a beautiful view, but I might not have removed the spotlight. So the recording saw everybody's movement view. So we have a few minutes, and I'm wondering, can we take, even in quiet, without the music or whatever, anything, just now I've put it on gallery, there's no spotlight. Can I ask everybody, including Natasha, to do a 1 minute movement prayer, whatever calls you at this moment? Natasha?
Would people like the music? Because we can redo it with the music. If you'd like the music, you can just put up a thumbs up. If Wendy's okay with that.
Okay, I'm good with the music. We have time, so let's do it because I'd love to have it on the thing. So, Natasha, you put the music on. I now have removed your spotlight. We're all here in our movement prayer moment.
Okay.
And
So
3 is
let's
such a wonderful number. Doing it 3 times really, I think, is perfect. It's the Trinity.
It is the Trinity. We have that going tonight very much. All right, so let's find your
Everybody
beginning.
together.
And before we begin, let's lift the heart again. So let's just place the hands to the heart and let's have that beautiful 8 pulse breath again.
Yes.
Let's inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's bring the elbows up, Let's lengthen. And now let's find your movement prayer beginning position. Eyes looking out long, lots of breath. Here we go. Enjoy, please. And what are you grateful for? Honor it.
Beauty. Beautiful. Thank you, Natasha. And thank you, everybody. Yay. Yay. ah, what a lovely, lovely, lovely way to kind of end a week or begin a week, however you see this. It's every beginning and this ending, and every ending is a beginning. So I'm going to ask everybody I'm going to put it on gallery view. I'm going to remove that. There's so many little elements. You have to remember to click all these things. You know how it works. Yes. So, like, can we all put our hands up? Bring them close to the screen. Here we are from all over different places, different parts of North America, even different parts of the world. I'm going to ask you to put your hands up to the top, pushing the top of the box, saying hello to the person above you. And if you're the top, you're also saying hello to the person beneath you, because we are a circle. Bringing them down, touching the bottom of your box, blessing the person beneath you or the person above you, if that's the case. Feeling the energy of each of those people. Bring them up and to the sides of the box. Who is on your sides? Touching them. Feel their hands. I feel you, Pamela and Natasha. Touching them. Knowing that we really are all one. Wherever we are, wherever we grow, wherever we go. Here we are in these little boxes, so many little boxes. We're from all over the place. And what I love, Natasha and I were talking earlier, and this idea came to me that says, here we are really all equal. Nobody has a bigger box. Nobody has a louder voice. Nobody gets more space. We all get exactly the same. Isn't that cool? That's very cool. So I am so delightful. Thank you, Natasha, for leading us tonight in this movement prayer. Those of you who don't know, you can check Natasha's website. You can take classes with her. She does classes. Get on her. So if I give you one piece of advice tonight, good advice, get on Natasha's email list. She sends out lovely things every week, lovely thoughts, lovely ideas, invitations to join her. But often it's just her giving her gifts of who she is. But you can take lots of classes with her: ballet, stretch, Pilates, movement prayer, or just listen to the gifts she gives. And she often talks about her lovely little cat there and tells us his or her stories too. So that's always really nice to have. I appreciate her gifts of the spirit. So thank you so much. And yeah, here we are. Thanks, Natasha.